So we just got some new information about SKIRK, and it looks like HoYoverse is making last-minute changes before her release. If you haven't heard yet, her model is being modified. But what does that actually mean? And why is HoYoverse changing it now, so close to her debut? Let's break it all down. According to DK2 and HXG Dialog, SKIRK'S model is being modified, and this isn't just a minor tweak. You might know that Genshin Impact has a few standard body models that most characters fit into. Characters like Ayaka, Hu Tao, and Furina all share the same medium female model, and initially, SKIRK was expected to follow that pattern. In fact, she already had a default model in Fontaine's story quest, and it was the standard medium female type. But now, HoYoverse has changed her proportions before her release, making her taller and skinnier than what we saw in the Fontaine story quest. This isn't something we usually see. Characters don't often get model adjustments this late in development, and this isn't the first time we've seen HoYoverse experiment with body models. Veresa and Iansun also have unique proportions compared to the standard models in their size category. Veresa is noticeably thicker than other medium female characters like Hu Tao or Ayaka, while Iansun is taller than the usual small female characters, making her stand out from others in that category. SKIRK'S case is similar, but what makes it unique is that she already had a model in the Fontaine story quest, meaning HoYoverse specifically changed it before her release. This suggests they weren't satisfied with her original proportions and wanted to refine her design to better match her role in the game. So let's take a step back for a second. How did we even find out about this? And what exactly does it mean when we say SKIRK'S model has been changed? When leakers say SKIRK'S model is being modified, it means that HoYoverse has updated her 3D model, skeleton, textures, or animations in the game files. Every character in Genshin Impact goes through several stages of development, and data miners like HXG Dialog and DK2 track these updates by comparing different versions of the game files. If a character's model is altered, it usually means HoYoverse adjusted their height, proportions, outfit, accessories, or animations before release. For SKIRK, the biggest change is her height and frame. Instead of using the same medium female model as Hu Tao, Furina, or Ayaka, she's now taller and more slender, making her stand out from other characters in the same category. This could be a way to give her a more distinct, refined presence, which fits her character as a mysterious and incredibly powerful swordswoman. Now, let's talk about the official image. At first glance, you might think SKIRK just looks taller because she's standing slightly further back. That's a fair assumption, but now that we know her model has actually been changed, it makes much more sense. She really is taller and slimmer than the usual medium-sized female characters like Mizuki or Veresa. That's actually a big deal. A lot of Genshin's medium female characters have some kind of noticeable headpiece, like Mizuki, for example. SKIRK, on the other hand, has a very clean and simple silhouette. This change also raises a bigger question. Is HoYoverse moving away from their standard body models? We've already seen Veresa get a unique, thicker model, and now SKIRK is getting a taller, slimmer version of the medium female model. This could mean that HoYoverse is finally adding more variation in character designs, which is something players have been asking for since the game launched. If they're willing to tweak SKIRK'S proportions this late in development, it's possible that future characters will have even more variety instead of sticking to the same presets we've seen for years. That would be a huge improvement, since one of the biggest criticisms of Genshin's character designs has been the repetition of body models. So, what do you think about these changes? Do you like that SKIRK is getting a taller, more elegant frame? Or did you prefer her original proportions from the Fontaine story quest? Personally, I think this is a good move. It makes her stand out more while still keeping her mysterious, refined presence intact. But I'm curious, how do you feel about it? Let's talk in the comments. And of course, if you want to stay updated on everything happening in Genshin Impact, don't forget to subscribe. SKIRK'S release is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated ones yet, and there's a lot more to come. Save up to 23% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.